a lot of people have been asking me, how do you scale Facebook ads post-Andromeda? They think that everything's just completely changed and none of the old stuff works anymore. So long story short, I'm just an agency owner that's literally showing you guys, hey, here's what's working for us. It may be open to new things down the line, but at least this is what's working for us right now. So this is a client right here that we did, we're scaling up and everything. Last 7 days, we did $181,000 in revenue over a 7-day period. Prior to that, we did 130, so added about $50,000 in revenue week over week to this particular client and stuff. As far as like campaign structure and everything like that, we're running one CBO campaign per, what I would say, product category and per country. This account did have like 2 or 3 other campaigns for various other products we're pushing. But with that being said, this is our main one right now that we're scaling into, which, we spent over the last 7 days, basically $50,000. We've been upping budget over that period of time right there. We did 2,300 purchases at a $21 cost per purchase for this account. This is a lower ticket product. So, it's very rare that we see a low cost per purchase like that. This is a very lower ticket product right there. Now, as far as like actual scaling and stuff, it's very simple. We're just basically asking ourselves, hey, did we hit target CPA goal yesterday? If yes, I'm literally coming right here, increasing this daily budget by 20%. If no, I'm going to hold that budget until we find better winning creative that scales this at a more profitable rate. Now, as far as like actual campaign structure and stuff, we're just launching new ad sets with new creatives and stuff. And each ad set is going to be a intentionally built, high quality, big swing creative, which we're going to talk about today, which is what actually is allowing us to scale this. A lot of people think it's just the budget when you should increase and when you could decrease and stuff like that, but that's false. The thing that really scales accounts is the winning creatives and stuff. So, for this one, we have our ad sets. We just create a new ad set when we have a new concept ready to roll. We're doing 3 creatives per concept. This, for example, right here is exact same video. Just the only difference here is each one has a different visual hook. Oh, Nick, I thought iterations doesn't work with Andromeda. Yeah, it doesn't work when it's your only solution to finding new winning ads. But like in this case right here, when we're testing a new video, yeah, it's great for just at least the beginning for it, but it's not going to be the only thing I do moving forward. And we're going to be talking a little bit more about that today with the big swings and stuff. So where a lot of people mess up with creative testing, I would say during Andromeda, even in post-Andromeda, like pre-Andromeda, like we've been doing this now for the last 3 or 4 years. I've been talking about this on the YouTube channel. I've been very public about all this in terms of the right way to do creative testing and not like iterating and micro fucking tweaking the fuck out on your account off like little micro tweaks and stuff. But these are the main things I just consistently have seen, like even before Andromeda, that just completely fucked companies from trying to scale their business and revenue. So number one, no goals with the creative test outside of making more money. What do I mean by that? Like obviously we want to make more money with the creative test and that's the goal, but we should also have intention of why we're creating this specific piece of creative. What is the goal for this creative? And did it pass our test? Did it match our hypothesis after we tested it? For example, we had the goal of opening up a market, a persona who smokes cigars. You guys probably seen this in the video I posted about 2 weeks ago, where we had a hypothesis of opening up a cigar smoking market. And then our goal was to create an ad that resonated with this market and conveyed the value of our product to that market of why they needed it. That's a great example right there. Obviously, we wanted to make more money, and you could literally label that for every goal of the creative test, but it's very low quality and low, I can't really do anything with that. So what's the goal of the creative test? Ripping competitor ads, like, I think it's just fucking retarded. Whether you're copying it word for word or literally downloading the video and running it, like, it just doesn't make sense anymore, especially in Andromeda where you're penalized for running very similar stuff. So you have to do something different. Yes, you can take that competitor video and take inspiration from it, but you still have to figure out a way to do something different. So like I've already told people before, if the competitor is dropping an iPhone from the desk right here to showcase how strong their case is. I want to do something that's a little bit more extreme, like going on top of my roof and dropping it off my roof, because it's a little bit more extreme. There's a little more virality to that. We saw that with Mr. Beast. That was a big thing that he claimed for his success and stuff, where it was he would just go find already popular YouTube videos and made them better. Great examples, the hydraulic press video, where he found these hydraulic press videos online that would do multiple millions of views, like 50, 60, 70, 100 million views of people just doing hydraulic press versus energy drink, hydraulic press versus Skittles. And then he would be like, all right, cool, that's really cool. Let's do that, but let's take it one step higher. And he did a Lamborghini. Guess what? That video, I think, did like 200, 300 million views. So all you want to do is take that from your competitor ads. Hey, how can we make this better? How can we be more extreme? Or how can we go after a totally different sub-market of people? So if everyone's going after gym goers, I want to go after Pilates girls. If everyone's going after Pilates girls, I may want to go after like girls who do Pilates competitions, or I might want to go after a whole nother market like people that play pickleball. So I just simply want to do something different with those competitor ads so it doesn't look the same as the competitor ads. Next one, going over the same angle over and over that has been proven to work, but not netting any new winners. I've seen accounts where for 3 to 4 months after they'll find one winning ad, and for the next 3 to 4 months, their creative team just keeps hammering out iterations and variations off that one new winning ad, and they find 0 new winners. And there's no one to sit there and be like, all right, hey, why the fuck do we keep doing this? It's retarded. It's not working. So let's take a step back and do something different. Again, which something I will show you guys today with big swings and what does a big swing look like. Next one is lack of understanding who to advertise to. I think this just really goes back to, okay, if we're going to market to people, women 50 to 60 years old who wants to lose weight, for example, they're post-menopause and stuff. And if you're not consuming any content around a woman who's post-menopause and you're simply like, that's what I want to go after, without understanding how they act, how they think, their beliefs, their mindset, and all of those things, like your copy, you're going to write it and then you're going to publish it and they're going to be like, who the fuck is this guy think he is? It doesn't even resonate with me at all. And their bullshit alarms are going to be going off when they see your ad. And guess what? You're going to get penalized with higher CPM. You're going to get penalized by not getting any conversions on your ad. And then you'll be bitching in the comments about my Facebook ad performance is not working. So next one, reusing the same video over and over and over. This one I would say is basically the same as this one, but the difference here is this person at least did the effort and the energy to actually create unique looking creatives, even though they're all still the same messaging. This person right here literally took the exact same video he found as a winner and literally just put a new visual hook on it. And this is where I'm talking about in the first part of this video where I talked about, hey, yes, we launched an ad, exact same video, but we duplicated 3 times, each with a different visual hook. We only do that once with that particular creative itself. This person right here has tested 300 videos, all identical with a different visual hook. That's their only grip of clinging to success they have to create some meaningful results for their ad account. So that's the difference between, hey, yes, it's perfectly fine to still do that with Andromeda, but if it's your only measure of or your only way to potentially get a new winning ad, you're going to get fucked horribly with this new update and everything. So with that being said, what do you actually need to do? What do you need to be thinking about if you want to go ahead and crush with Andromeda? And like I said, let me just be very clear here. Nothing has changed with Andromeda. This has always been best practices for people who've been watching his YouTube channel, who has seen me talk about this for a lot. But for the people that are new to the channel and stuff, and you're freaking out by Andromeda and stuff like that, and you're just getting the rude awakening now, then at least, I'm confident knowing you're in the right place, because I'm bringing you guys some pretty cool stuff here with these big swings and stuff like that. But for the people who've never practiced this before, these are the people that are just getting the rude awakening. They're actually getting Meta to be vocal about these things, which now makes it seem like they're missing out on something, which now creates this FOMO, which creates people to go out and start searching for this stuff. And that's why I'm going to create YouTube content on it, because it fucking crushes. So I know my market, I know what desires are currently trending right now, and I'm going to create content around those desires that's trending, because guess what? It gets views, and that's what you also want to learn as a smart marketer. Always look at what's revolving around the minds of people right at this moment and create ads or content that specifically answer that thing or is relatable to that thing that they're going through right now. So what I like to look at is big swings. So if we take our product right here, the first thing I want to look at is the different stages of market awareness that we can hit on for that product. So, there's aware, product aware, solution aware, problem aware, unaware. Each of these stages have completely different types of content, messaging, scripts, everything. You cannot talk to someone at an aware stage the same way you would talk to someone at an unaware stage. It's just completely different groups of people. It's like if I, who speak English, go to China, for example, and speak to someone who's Chinese in that sense right there, and they don't speak English and I don't speak Chinese, like we're going to talk to each other, but neither of us will understand. Why? Because there's nothing, they're two complete different languages in that sense. So same thing here with the 5 stages of market awareness. Each stage is completely different than the other. So let's say I want to go after the problem aware stage. Well, that's going to be our first big swing, is by shifting the market awareness we're going after. So maybe we've only ever gone after solution aware. I want to try problem aware now. Okay, cool. Now, the next one is, all right, if we're going to go after a problem aware market, what are the problems that people are having right now that we can actually go ahead and list under that problem aware market? So maybe they're tired, maybe they're lack energy, maybe their ROAS is going to shit right now because of Andromeda, maybe they're not prepped for Black Friday. So what are all those different problems that our product solves that people have? Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to pick the problem that has the most urgency to solve right now. And then the second thing I want to look at is what's the intensity for that particular problem? And I always like to tell people it's the difference between you waking up with a headache and it's an annoyance versus you waking up with a migraine and you can barely keep your eyes open, everything hurts really bad, and you're gonna go immediately to the counter, your pill cabinet, and pop some pills to help out with that migraine itself. So that's gonna be the first thing. All right, what problem we want to go after? Okay, cool. So now we have our product. We're going after market awareness. We picked we're going after the problem aware market. Here's the problem we're going to go after. Now my next question is, who are the people that have that problem? And again, this is where all the research comes in play in understanding your market, so you can understand these various different things. So, if we're going after back pain, for example, all right, cool. Well, maybe this person right here is Gramps, 50, 60 years old. He's going ahead and playing golf once a week or something like that. Maybe this is, Sarah, who works out, 23 years old, and she has back pain when she squats, for example. And then maybe this person is a construction worker, for example. Okay, so 3 different personas here who have that problem of back pain. So let's say we want to go after, Gramps. We'll call him Timothy, old Timothy, who 56 years old. He plays golf. He has back pain, and it's kind of keeping him away from playing golf the level he wants. Notice how I just said that keeps him from playing the level of golf he wants. This is where, when I dive into a persona, I'm basically going out there and I'm not just saying, hey, if you play golf here and you have back pain, here's this. It fixes your back pain, done. It's, okay, hey, if you're playing golf and you have back pain that is preventing you from, hitting it, a clean drive down the fairway, and maybe after hole 3 or 4, you're ready to pack up the thing and head home. Well, I have news for you. Here's X product that's specifically designed for people that are 50 to 60 years old who plays golf, which allows you to alleviate your back pain, play longer on the course, and don't have to be interrupted by that pain over and over and over. All you have to do is simply put this around your back, and then from there, it immediately starts providing you relief by decompression of the nerves and everything, which allows you to have instant relief. This is easily fits under your clothes, and you can wear it all day comfortably without interrupting your golf game. So notice I'll talk a lot about specifically to that persona and only things that persona care about. I didn't start talking about, hey, if you play golf and you want to hit, or if you play golf and you're tired of waking up in the morning with back pain, blah, 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 all this shit that's not related to golf, then it doesn't matter anymore, because now you're just speaking to a broad market again, and the whole goal for personas, we're going after a specific set of people. Now, my next question here is, what's the sophistication stage we want to go after? So here, this will be going back at that, how many products have they tried and failed with before yours? So maybe they haven't tried anything yet. And then it's like, cool, we can go sophistication stage 1. Maybe they're already using the product that we're about to sell them, but our product is better. So we'll compete at a stage 4, which is showing how our product is better. So that's the next thing I want to look at. All right, cool. So let's say it's a stage 1. Now here, we're looking at the angle we want to go after. Angle might be measure the size of the claim. So alleviates 300 newtons of back pain. Like, it just wouldn't make sense, right? And you could technically say gets rid of all back pain, but that would technically be a kind of like a compliance issue right there, because reality is your product doesn't probably get rid of all back pain. It probably just helps it out a bit. Next one is measure the speed of the claim. Okay, so for speed of the claim, this is where it's like how fast it works. So it instantly kicks in and starts, doing X, Y, Z. And then metaphorize the claim, which is where it's like, playing golf with this, it's like having Tiger Woods hold you from behind and gradually putting the ball in for you. It just feels perfect. I lie. I don't know. I really can't think of one off the fly for golf right there. But you can start from a metaphor that's related to golf, and then go into how that's like going to be around, the product yourself you're selling. Then the next thing I want to ask myself is, what do we need to visually showcase for that specific angle? So if we're going to go after like size of the claim, then like I want to showcase someone getting all the areas of their back pain just being completely removed after using this product, who specifically plays golf and all of those things. And then I'm asking myself, do I need to do a photo or video for that? Which one's going to provide better proof for people? There is some things you can do photos with and it works fine. There's some things that's very hard to articulate with for a video, or with a photo, so you have to do a video. So it's just gonna be two different things you have to kind of keep in mind for that. And then from there, we're asking ourselves what creative style we want to do. Creative style is going to be more, all right, us versus them, or not us versus them, but you want to do more like UGC or professional production. Do you want to do AI UGC? Do you want to do a voiceover B-roll? Do we want to do like an influencer collab? Like, what is the style that we're going to articulate that messaging to people? And then basically what you get here is this concept. This is your concept when you go through this whole ladder and pick everything out. And each ad set has one concept, right? So ad set 1 has a different concept than ad set number 2. And if you change any of these, you change the creative style, that's a different concept. You change the media type from video to photo, that's a different concept. If you change the visual, we need to visually showcase to people, that's going to change the concept. If you change the angle, that's going to be a different concept. If you change the sophistication, that'll be a different concept. If you change the persona, that's going to be a different concept. Desire, awareness, any of these you change will be a different concept, and we do one concept per ad set. That's the easiest way to articulate it to you guys. And I'm doing all that within my CBO campaign, and I'm doing one product category per CBO campaign and one country per CBO campaign, at least starting out from there. And then what I want to do is I want to have my creative roadmap. Creative roadmap right here is basically where I track each concept. Why am I creating this? What's my hypothesis? What's the intention behind creating this? What's the goal with this creative test? Why are we going to go spend money on building this out? And then from here, I'm going to launch that inside of the account, create my new ad set, launch it. I'm going to let it run. And then from here, I'm basically going to go and back to my creative roadmap here and basically just go through, hey, was it successful? Was it unsuccessful? And if there's any learnings I've also made from this creative itself. Now, from here, for the learning side, I set a timer anywhere between 15 to 30 minutes. I'm basically asking myself, all right, what worked? What didn't work? Where can I improve? So I literally just want to put that creative on my screen on my laptop and just sit there fucking replaying it over and over and over, or staring at the image and just asking myself these questions. And moving on, I may have iterations and variations I want to create based off of that, or I may have new ideas to create where it's like, all right, there's nothing we can iterate here. It was just a terrible creative, like we're going to move on. Or we'll have a new idea to create where we're like, hey, we want to go after a different awareness stage, for example. And that's where we go all the way back up to the big swings and we go through this process again. Now, keep in mind here, any of these are big swings. So we change the creative style, that's a big swing. We go up, we show something completely different for the visuals, that's gonna be a big swing. We change the angle, that'll be a big swing. And notice how like the angle creates the visuals. So like that's also something important to understand there. I'm not just changing the hook and that's it. I'm filming content for all of these that I create. So that way it also keeps it fresh and keeps it different. If I'm going to go after a completely different persona, golf players versus, gym girl Sarah, for example, I'm going to create fresh content for that. I'm not going to go and use the same golf fucking visuals that we have filmed right there. So we're going to go film new. If I'm going to go after a different problem, we're not after back pain. What if we go after something like knee pain? All this will be redone again, but for knee pain. Maybe we don't even want to go after these problems and we go to a different market awareness. That's going to be completely different visuals as well for the solution aware market, different personas, all of those things as well. So all of these, when you change one of them, creates a new concept when you go down this flow, right? So ideally here, this is going to be all the different big swings we can take, which is going to improve our hit rate via post-Andromeda, which to be fair, again, has worked pre-Andromeda as well. But it's going to allow you to be more intentional with the creatives you create. And then obviously pairing this with research to where you actually understand the market and give you more guidance for these is going to help you out a ton with your creative testing and be more efficient and stuff like that, which will then allow you to further find more winners and scale the account up. Like I said, I do 20% a day, which again, this is like makes up like 1% of the strategy here. It's not even like, this is so little, so minute. But then it's crazy to think about how many people are still going to comment it below. Well, do you 3 days or 7 days? It's like, bro, like you're missing out the main point of this video. Main point here is actually articulating and showing you all the types of creative to keep pumping out new stuff that feels fresh, feels different, and not just doing the same thing over and over. So hope you all enjoyed this video. Hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. My name is Nick Theriot. If you want me to run your Facebook ads, click the link below to have Nick Theriot run your Facebook ads. If you want me to mentor you, consult with you and like all of those good things, click the link below to have Nick Theriot mentor. I'll review your creatives, your ad account, give you feedback and all of those good things right there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you have a good rest of y'all day. Peace out.